what to expect for this week crypto market outlook? And of course, I think there are a lot of downwards momentum or bearish sentiment that will continue to push the price down. So we have a lot of news that we have to digest, especially coming in with the Iran and Israel war, and together with the US involvement as well within the Israel-Iran war. So what are the expectations for this week? Will the price continue to rise to rally, or will we see another break towards the downside? That could be another concern, right? So again, we are already in mid of June, and of course the price looking set to top or to peak from there. Okay, and then we are looking set to hit lower, it seems. Again, and then yeah, I think there are a lot of uncertainty at the moment, a lot of fear. Okay, and many of the investors are moving to safe haven asset like gold. Then if you look at the oil price also starts to spike up. Okay, all right, and then if you look here, new coins are driving the selling pressure. Why? Is because these people are paper hands, or let's say people, these newcomers, okay, they are here for the short term rather than the long term. Okay, compared to OG, compared to the whales, they're looking to scoop up. Okay, people who paper-handed their position rather than holding or being a hodler. Okay, all right, so you can see here, selling activities have intensified among younger long-term holder or mid-cycle buyer. Okay, so this is by Glassnode activity. Mid-cycle buyer, those who have held Bitcoin for about 6 to 12 months, okay, have stepped into the market and aggressively selling. Okay, so this is an issue here. Okay, we are looking at mid-term buyer. Okay, mid-cycle buyer tend to sell. Okay, and this could also cause another selling pressure as well. All right, so yeah, these are the scenario that we are looking at. I probably could see that this is only short term. Okay, or probably those short term holder. Okay, feeling the heat or feeling the fear at the moment. Always panic sell when there's type of uncertainty that's coming into the market, or when there's war like this that is happening right now. This is the best opportunity to look for, buying opportunities or coins that are actually undervalued. That's where you really want to take advantage. Okay, so if you can see here, Bitcoin holders with 12-month holding period realize about 304 million profits. Okay, and then if you look at this chart here, Bitcoin long-term holder super chart, okay, is starting to decline here. Look at the bottom line here. Okay, starting to decline, and also intersect this. So you can see that I think a lot of people are targeting around 100K to sell, to actually take profits or book profits, right? People always looking for the round number. So every time when it reach a certain number or milestone, people tend to have a target to actually take profits. Okay, so that could be another decline as well. Okay, so yeah, all in all, I would say short-term correction and continuation towards the upside is quite huge as well. Okay, so we might hit all the way to 108.9. Okay, going to a low of 106.8. And of course, worst case scenario might be looking somewhere around below 100K. If the worst case scenario, or we could see another black swan be happening. Okay, so this decline pushed BTC back into its previous consolidation range, signaling that the bullish momentum was short-lived. Okay, and then sellers comes into the market to sell. So this is what's really happening. So a pullback, okay, or probably another retest again to the 100K support would be another area of retest. Okay, and that's where it will really test your conviction, whether you're really holding or you're just a short-term holder. Okay, so this is the first news. Then moving on next. Okay, so what to expect with the US intervention with the Iran-Israel war also will take into account, very heavy account, and quite massive impact if the US were to intervene, okay, or to involve in this war or in this mess. Okay, so you can see already the market is already tanking. Market is actually having a correction. Since Donald Trump, I think he tweeted yesterday night or yesterday, okay, asked the citizens to leave Tehran. Right. So yeah, markets also went down. Okay, and then if you look here, if US were to join the war, Bitcoin would go down to about 10 to 20%. Pullback. So that could be huge. Okay, and then yeah, you look at the rising oil price as well. Okay, oil will spike. Okay, and then definitely gold will go up. So Okay, so if you're holding your altcoin position, then that's when you have to really hold or probably rebalance your portfolio, or probably you might want to de-risk your position. Okay, if you're holding too much alts compared to BTC, okay, that's when you have to really look into it. Okay, so at this time, maybe you might want to hold more exposure on Bitcoin rather than other smaller coins. Okay, so this is a tweet that Donald Trump tweeted, right? I think this was yesterday, if not mistaken. Okay, so he mentioning what Supreme Leader is hiding. Easy target, but he's safe there. Okay, right. So we now have complete and total control of the skies over Iran. Iran had good sky tracker. So yeah, you can see very, very dangerous. Okay, the way he tweet, that he wants to join this war. So it will add a lot of impact, negative impact as well, and the market doesn't like it. Okay, so yeah, you can see during the last war, right? What happened? Russia-Ukraine war, 2022. Okay, so Bitcoin dipped about 12%. Okay, within a week of invasion. But after that, nonetheless, Bitcoin continued to recover. So this is a time when you want to really pay attention, all those dips. What is your moment of decision? What is your strategy during this uncertainty or this turbulent time? Okay, should you dollar cost average? Should you, stand by your ammo or your dry powder to really go after the dips that you really want to buy, especially those undervalued altcoins or probably Bitcoin or Ethereum? Again, because you can see all those previous wars that happened. Okay, Bitcoin dipped, but eventually recovered. So every time you got to pay attention. Whenever this war comes, how should you take advantage on these dips? Okay, so you got to strategize. Okay, and I think this time I will be deploying as well. Okay, stand by your dry powder. That is the most important thing. So you might never know the coins that you really want. That's the best time to actually buy. Okay, so yeah, Israel, Iran are attacking each other. Trump is saying he knows where Iran's supreme leader is hiding. Okay, so all these words at the moment. So this caused a lot of disruption in the market, and of course the geopolitical side as well. Okay, so a lot of uncertainty now. Okay, and then yeah, I think this is a time where you want to stand by a lot of dry powder. This is where you want to really buy the dip. Okay, when that time comes. And then moving on next. Okay, talking about the FOMC later on. Okay, talking about the Federal Reserve, whether or not to increase, to maintain, or to reduce the interest rate. Okay, so all comes down to Jerome Powell later on around 2 a.m. Whether or not will he continue to reduce the interest rate, or probably should we see another maintain the interest rate, right? That's what many are expecting. Okay, so yeah, I think a lot of things that you can able to look for. Okay, especially in the US market that have some crypto exposure, right? We have like Coinbase, Circle, MicroStrategy. Okay, so I think all eyes on the FOMC later on. Okay, and see how the crypto stocks will perform later on. And then if you look here, FOMC Federal Reserve Chairman Powell, okay, speech in focus. Okay, so again, like I said, the tone has to be dovish. If it's hawkish again, okay, if it's hawkish, if he said that we are not going to reduce the interest rate, okay, to support Trump's favor, and then he mentioning that there won't be any interest rate for this year, interest rate cut, then that's definitely hawkish. So we don't want that. So we want a dovish tone coming in from Jerome Powell, okay, so that the market can able to price in, okay, accordingly, without having major pullback or correction. And then once it's done, once the speech is done, then the market can continue again to probably to recover and then to rally back up. So if not, then it's going to be a huge problem. Okay, so there are a lot of crypto stocks that you need to keep an eye. Okay, we have Coinbase, MicroStrategy, Mara Holding. These are all the mining company. Okay, Coinbase, as you know, that they are crypto exchange in the US. Okay, so yeah, I think hopefully, because I think the market is pricing in before the Federal Reserve announcement. Okay, so later on, we're going to see later on the Federal Reserve meeting whether or not will they increase. What are the odds or chances? Okay, all right. So we can see already 99%, 99.9% that they won't increase the interest rate, or they won't increase or even lower down. They will maintain at 4.25 to 4.5 basis point. Okay, so that is the assurance that, okay, that is what's happening, okay, in the market sentiment. Okay, then moving on next. Okay, So for those of you who have been buying, who have been dollar cost averaging DCE, okay, if you are placing your cards right, playing it right, okay, throughout the crypto market or throughout the cycle, you are just focusing on Bitcoin alone, okay, by just investing 1,000, what are the chances or how much would you be gaining, okay, for dollar cost averaging or to just buy $1,000 worth of Bitcoin, okay? So this is by NFL star, okay, 𝗧𝗶𝗺𝗀𝘀𝘀 has been taking his salary via Bitcoin rather than fiat currency, okay? So this guy who took his salary in Bitcoin somewhere around 14th of July 2021, okay? They've been accumulating Bitcoin using his salary or probably taking Bitcoin as salary. So you can see how much he has been gotten, okay? Received over 10 million in endorsement, okay? Then if you look here, right? So investing 1,000 in Bitcoin, okay? Buckley is one of the most followed and talked about NFL star, right? And then if you look here, okay, at the daily high of July 14, 2021, if you have put in $1,000, okay, together with him, okay, or could have purchased at least a 0.0302 Bitcoin, that investment will be worth about $3,105, about 215% up by just buying Bitcoin alone. So this is the power of dollar cost average. And this is the power of by just playing your cards right, by just choosing one asset class, that's all. By playing it right. Rather than going here and there, rather than putting your money into memes or degen and hoping for the best or probably, hitting a lottery or a jackpot, okay, by putting $10 or $100, okay. So yeah, by choosing the right asset class, okay, sticking into it, that's where the reward is, right? Okay. So again, right, you might want to maybe follow his pattern, okay, or you can also dollar cost average, okay. If you are a new joiner or new in the crypto, dollar cost average into Bitcoin is one of the best way to start your investment journey in crypto, okay. And you can never go wrong because I think Bitcoin is the leading market now, okay, for crypto. Okay, so this is just some eye opener for you guys who are into crypto. And then moving on next, okay, we have the CME Federal Reserve Watch, okay, like I already mentioned earlier. So later, somewhere around 2 a.m., okay, they're going to announce the interest rate. Okay, so 𝗀𝗺𝗺𝗀 most likely to maintain. Okay, I already mentioned you. There is no chance of reducing, a 0.1% chance to reduce the rate. So you look at that, the odds are huge in order to maintain 99.9%. Okay, so the next meeting is somewhere around 30th July, which is end of next month. Okay, we have about one and a half month, okay, to see whether or not will we ever receive the first rate cut for this year. We are still yet to receive the first rate cut. So all come down to Jerome Powell, okay? If not, I think Donald Trump has been really impatient with his decision to continue to maintain interest rate rather than cutting. So if this round, if later on he were to maintain again, I think that's the end of Jerome Powell's career. I think he will be most likely resigning next year. I think he got one more year in his contract, I think. Okay. So once that is done, I think there will be another replacement under Trump's administration. Okay. Okay, and then moving on next. All right. So for those of you who are been into investing, whether it's crypto stocks or forex, okay, maybe you might want to join this event. So the best time to invest is to invest in yourself rather than your investment portfolio. Where investing into forex, crypto, best thing to do is to invest in yourself. So this is actually a free event. So you might want to drop by during this weekend, okay, which is Saturday and Sunday in Mid Valley. Okay, so the event starts from 10 a.m. to 9 p.m. So I will be there during the weekend. So hope to see you guys there. So you're gonna learn a lot. Okay. So even though this is a free event, okay, but there are a lot of companies that will be participating. Okay, there will be stock brokerage firm, there will be banks, okay, there will be seasonal investors, okay, like stock market guru. Okay, so you can see the speakers here, and you can see the program. Okay, what to expect. Okay, so these are the speakers. Okay, some are for crypto exchange speakers that are coming in to speak. Okay, and then you can see the program. Okay, day one, what to expect, 10 a.m., 11 a.m. start. Okay, so a lot of activities going on. Okay, so we have Luno, we have Rakuten Trade. I think they have Luno as well. Okay, Afin Huang. So many. All these public mutual, isn't it? Penanga, public mutual. Okay, so all these unit trust companies will be there as well. So you might want to take a day off and then start to learn. Okay, so you're gonna register here. Okay, if you want, send the link here. Okay, investfair.com.my. So go and register. It's free. Okay, free ticket. Okay, I hope to see you guys this coming Saturday and Sunday. Right, so you come anytime. Right, so go there to learn. Okay. Okay, next. So we're moving on. Okay, so what's happening now with the on-chain release? So this is coming in from CryptoCon. So what's happening now with the hash ribbon and volatility? So where are we now? Okay, so we can see decline here. Then now we are at this support zone. Okay, move to low volatility. Okay, move to low volatility. So every time when the price hits at this low or at this support line, what happened to the market? Look at August 2023, rebounded and then continue up again. July 2024. Okay, what happened? Hit at this level here, rebounded as well. So should we see another touch again of this support line? We are still yet to touch. We're still somewhere around here, right? So we compare to 2016 to now, April, June. It is quite similar as well, right? With the rebound. Okay, July 2019. Okay, halfway down the line. Okay, consolidate and then rebound up again. Okay, so most likely this could also play out. Okay, if history may not rhyme, but sometimes it does repeat again. Okay, so in combination with low volatility, has never failed to produce a good run. Okay, and no moves to the high volatility zone. We have seen all cycle tops. At the moment that we have not reached the high volatility yet. So at the moment is at the low. So consider a lot of opportunity there for a break towards the upside rather than having a market top. Again, so again, like I said, patience is key here. So how patient are you? That will play into account for this cycle. Again, so maybe we got another couple of months left. Okay, by Q4, we should see the market to peak. Okay, that's my prediction. Okay, so now we are already in June. So we hit to Q4, that will be on September. How many more months left? 3 to 4 months. Okay, for peak. Okay, so I'm not going to go overboard from here right now to 200, 250K. Okay, there will be an extreme level of prediction. Going conservatively, somewhere around 120 to 140. Okay, take 120 to 140 for the peak. And then that's it. We wrap up this cycle and then we move on into the bear market, consolidation, accumulation, and then we continue with a new cycle again. So that's how it's going to play out according to my plan or to my prediction. And then next, okay, then we're going to see here. Okay, we talk about the crypto chaos, crypto market uncertainty. We talk about war. Okay, we talk about COVID. See what's happening here. So during COVID, what happened? Okay, January, March 2020, Bitcoin dumps to 3850. That was the lowest, right? Then what happened? The Federal Reserve had no choice but to move on into QE, quantitative easing. That's where they on the printer and start to print. So when they start to print money, that's where market starts to explode, not only Bitcoin. So you have to understand the fundamentals and the process, how the market works. Okay, so at the moment now, we do not have QE. At the moment, it's only quantitative tightening, QT. So the Federal Reserve cannot afford to print. They have to transition. Okay, then they have to also reduce the interest rate. By reducing the interest rate, that's where they're giving them the chance to actually print the money. Transitioning from QT to QE, and then they can be able to print. For now, we are not seeing that yet. Jerome Powell did not see that yet. Okay, and then 2022, right? We have the Russia-Ukraine war. What happened? Bitcoin went down to about 34.3K. And then what happened? Printer on again. Okay, Federal Reserve on back the printer. And then Bitcoin went up again. Now, what's happening now? This current latest war, which is Israel and Iran. Okay, Bitcoin somewhere around 105. Right now, I think it's about 104. Okay, should we see the printer on? Should we see the Federal Reserve give us a huge shock that they can able to reduce the rate and then transition from QT to QE. So anything can happen. You might see a shocker later from Jerome Powell. Whether or not should we see a reversal? Should we see a movement? Should we see the money printer starts to on back? So once the printer starts to on back, that's where you're going to see a lot of movement towards the upside for the whole global market. Okay, not only crypto, stocks, and I think the whole market. Okay, all right. So yeah, these are the expectations, and this is what you should need to do instead of panicking. Look at all the historical past data. Okay, past data does not lie. Everything is all there. So play and act accordingly. Okay, then that's where you can be able to survive. Then moving on next with Airdrop. So for those of you who've been doing Nevada, I think this one has been around for quite some time. 3 years, I think. 3 years. So it's been 1.5 years since the Airdrop came. Now trading is finally about to begin. Look how long it is for this kind of Airdrop. Okay, so trading starts on June 19th. Okay, and then deposits are already live on Nevada mainnet. Okay, so congratulations for you guys who have been doing this. So again, I think a lot of disappointment coming in from the community. They don't seem to be happy. Okay, so I think but that's again probably did not get much allocation coming from Nevada. Okay, then next, okay, for those of you who have been doing Humanity Protocol, so where is Young and Scott, Firdaus, Espil, and Monila? Do you do this? Right? So you've been doing this, then you might want to go and download this, download the app, and then you need to verify your pump. Right? Verify your pump. Done already or not? Young, let's see, already done. So managed to verify. Is it easy or not? Because I think now it's only for Android. I think iOS will come later on. Okay. So you've been checking in daily. Okay. If you check in daily, you need to verify your pump. If not, I think they will consider you as civil. So for those of you who open more than one account, that's where the challenge is. So you need to ask your friends, your family member to help out with the pump scanning in order to qualify your multiple wallets. Okay. So there's no deadline yet because iOS version is still yet to come. So you can probably maybe chill a bit if you are using iPhone. But if you are using Android, Google phone, then you might want to get it done as soon as possible. Okay. So download on the Play Store. Okay, and then you can verify. Okay. All right. So that is the updates now for doing Humanity Protocol. Then moving on next. Okay. This is coming in from Node Ops HQ. Genesis Airdrop Checker is now live, so you might want to check your Node token. Okay, if you've been doing this, you might want to check. Okay, and then next one. Okay, so it's something new. Maybe you can start doing. So this is something to do very similar like ChatGPT. Okay, so you've been using ChatGPT for your prompts. Okay, for your solution or inquiry using ChatGPT. Okay, this one is quite similar. It's called Yupp AI. They have a 33 million funding by VC, very huge, pretty much standard. Okay, so very similar. You just use exactly like ChatGPT prompt. Okay, the more prompt you have, the more prompt you submit, and if you can able to provide feedback, a very simple feedback, you're getting points. Now these points you can able to withdraw into real cash. That is the best part. Because if you use ChatGPT, if you use REKT AI, you don't earn anything. But if you use this AI, you get to earn. Okay, so you can start using this. You need to sign in using your Google account, or Gmail. So once you're in, right? Once you're in, okay, I think they have this account here. So you need to have a minimum 6,000 credit in order for you to go a shop. Okay, so how does this thing work? You can just type in any prompt that you want. Okay, you can just type in any prompt that you want, right? So yeah, I'm going to do an example here. Okay, I have a few here. Let's see. Creative prompt for inspiration. Okay, so I can take this one. Okay, so I just copy this, write a dialogue between the time-traveling chef and the prehistoric hunter debating the best way to prepare a mammoth feast. So once done, I just click enter. So what this Yupp.ai does is that, okay, it captures other similar ChatGPT software, okay, open source software. Like example, they're taking from Gemini, okay, 1.5 versus NVIDIA Llama, okay, using NVIDIA Llama. So they give you two choices. Which one is better? You can see, you can read, you can able to compare the notes. So if you prefer the left side, you click I prefer this. If you prefer the right side, you click I prefer this. So example, I choose I prefer this on the right side. Now they give you this feedback. Why was NVIDIA Llama 3.1 better? So you can just choose, up to you, on target, fast, creative. Then why was Gemini 1.5 Pro is not good? Okay. So you can just simply put an answer, maybe boring, slow, then send feedback. Now, after when you send feedback, what should you do there? They give you this kind of thing, scratch card, scratch to win Yupp credit. So you just scratch. So I have just 1, 2, 2, 4 Yupp credit. So you just keep accumulating. You can continue with the prompt. Okay, continue with prompt. And then what you can do also, maybe you can do this. Okay, create me a list of any random unique prompt. Okay, start with 10 prompts. So let's continue. Again, so it will take again. Now this time from where? NVIDIA Llama versus Llama 3.2. You see another ChatGPT here, two different ChatGPT that they are relying. Okay, so you can see which one is better. So you can just simply choose, up to you, whichever that you want. Okay, so example, I choose this again, similar, on target, fast. Maybe the one is hallucination of slow. You can just simply send a feedback and then scratch again. So 2, 3, 1 Yupp credits. So this is quite similar, quite similar like ChatGPT. Okay, right? Been using this, then this is time you might want to use Yupp.ai. Okay, accumulate all the points, and then you'll go here. So here, okay. So you're accumulating here, Yupp credits, and then you can cash out. So, okay, cash out. So you need to have a minimum cash out of 6,000 points. Okay, 6,000 points. All right, so you can just continue. So SP you can do, and then Young can do, right? While you're on lunch break, you can just type in the prompt, and just continue to type, continue to just, provide feedback. Just choose either left or right. I prefer this, and then sit, continue with the accumulation of points. That's all. Okay, for Yupp.ai. 33 million funding, I think it's worthwhile doing huge funding. Okay, all right, so very easy, like ChatGPT. Then moving on next with coin market cap. So where are we now? Okay, so where are we now? 3.23 trillion. Look at BTC now, it's bouncing back at 105.2K. Ethereum is consolidating, very solid, 2.5. Very nice. Look at Ripple, 2.16. Any gainers for today? Airdrop Finance, under base DEX, okay, 13.33% last 24 hours. Say Network, wow, it's down about 19%. Okay, curve down, 4.89, right? So any users, Story Protocol, 17%, Mental, 7%, Virtuals, 7%. Okay, so you think most of the coins are actually down. Okay, all right. So these are things that alts are not performing. Then moving on next with the technical. So where's the chart now? You can see. Okay. So if any question or any outs that you want me to look at, feel free to put in the chat box. Okay, I'll look into it later on. Let's move on into the dominance first. So dominance. Okay. So what's happening now? Dominance still continue to go up. Okay, so when you see here. Okay. Next level, where is it now? Here. 70.22. Okay. So should we see a pullback like this here? 60.28 will be the support. Look at weekly now. So weekly, you can see high highs, high lows, high highs, high lows. Still trending up. This will be the resistance now. It needs to break above. This will be about 64.94%. Okay, for the dominance. So dominance overall is bullish uptrend. We compare to Ethereum against Bitcoin now. Where is it now? Look at monthly. Still downtrend. Okay, the price is still downtrend. Still test on the sell zone here. Okay, so we have a huge declining channel. Okay, And then last month only did a reversal candle. Then now getting rejected at the South Zone again. So again, it's still weak. Ethereum is still weakening against Bitcoin. Okay, so we can see already what's happening. Descending, break, consolidation. Consolidation, then maybe price might hit the wall. Okay, you can see a lot of reversal retest candle is formed. Okay, look at the daily time frame. Sideways again. See what's happening now. Sideways. Market looks at top. And then price below the band. Okay. So overall on ETH against BTC, still downtrend. But again, this consolidation quite concerning. So you're going to see a huge breakout if this sideways were to continue. Look at BTC now. Okay. So you can see BTC, what's happening now. BTC. Again on Monday. Okay. So this level here, 102.1, okay, will be the support zone. Then following by all these levels here, 96, leading up back to this level here, 82. Weekly. Okay, we look at weekly. Price, what happened? Rallied up, consolidating. You see, consolidating, still maintaining very well. And then this will be the next one, 102. So the 102.2 will be the critical support. If it continues to break down, okay, you might want to see the middle band here at 94.2. Okay, 94. So you need to be very, very careful there. Okay, looking set to top up here, but as long can maintain above 102, again, consolidate, then you have a chance to break up higher. Look at daily now. Now, daily, we can see what's happening now, consolidation, price break below the middle band. And then it's still creating this support zone. That is one good thing about BTC now. Maintaining this level of support. Okay, what's the price here? 108, 103.8. Then rebounded back to. So we're going to see whether or not the middle band will play a critical role. So it needs to break above here, 105.8. Okay, for your middle band. Then on H4, breakdown, consolidating a bit. So we're going to see this H4 can able to break above 105.9 for today. Very, very important. Then the FOMC meeting also coming out. Look at Ethereum now. Ethereum again consolidate. Look at the money time frame. Okay, Monday now is doing what? That still below the middle band, downtrend. Look at weekly. You can see weekly, very similar to ETH BTC chart, consolidating, reversal, retest candle is formed, still creating a sideways movement. Okay, so this all your support zone that needs to maintain. Okay, if not, you're going to see all these levels to go down. 2K level, look at daily sideways. So as long as Ethereum can able to maintain sideways, should be fine. That is what we want, rather than going down heavily. Okay, like other alts damaged quite heavily, went down a lot. Okay, you can see now what's happening now with H4, trying to break above, then this will be the movement. Okay, so yeah, I think there could be a chance of Ethereum to break above 2558. Let's see. Okay, yes, then I think most likely it continue to break higher. Okay, right, so we move on next to the altcoins. What's happening now? Hyperliquid. So Hyperliquid did an all-time high. How much here? 105.7. 105.7. 45.7. Okay. So your support zone will be around here for now. It's about 39. Then maybe it might hit you back around this level here, 28.5. 28.5. Look at the daily time frame, you can see already W pattern form, consolidation, price exhausted. I think most likely it might continue to go lower. Then yeah, this level will be testing at 37. Then continue down again, you might going to see around this level. About at $23. Okay, so yeah, if you were to take the FIBO from this high here, this current low, so your next level, wooden ratio, will be around 30.772. If there's any chance of a pullback, okay, should we see a massive pullback, then somewhere around 30 or below 30 will be a good steal, buy back. Right? Look at virtuals. Now, virtual. So, virtuals USD, virtual protocol. Okay, so virtual protocol, you can see also another AI agent. So the low was at 41 cents. Now we are 1.64. So we did the candlestick change of direction from sell to buy, pull back. So we're going to see this level to be played out at the middle band at 1.26, okay, for support. Then on daily now, it's about to break higher, break lower. Should we see this support to break? If yes, 1.26. If not, then might continue to rebound. Then to challenge back 1 point for virtuals. Okay, so virtuals all-time high is at how much here? Wow, 5.14. Now you're getting somewhere around 1.64. Okay, so consider good. Okay, but let's see how the market will react later on. Okay, how the market will react. Then what's next? Okay, we have Pi network, what's happening now? With this. So it's down 53 cents. Okay, weekly also down. So no fundamental at this point. Okay, down low was at 41 cents. Daily also down. H4 also breaking down. Momentum sell pullback. Trend is trending down. Okay, for Pi network. So what else? A lot. Look at Solana now. Okay, so Solana is also trending down. You can see also. Okay, hit and then the shoulder, left and right shoulder. This will be the re-entry sell here. 175. Okay. Retest on the sell zone breaking down. So your support zone will be here. 1, 2, 3. And then if it continues to go down, okay, most likely will be here. 1 on 1. Or you can say below $100 will be huge still.